Former President Orange Lemonade turned to the Supreme Court on Thursday in a last-ditch effort to keep documents away from the House committee investigating the Jan. 6 protest at the Capitol led by his supporters. Again, he never learns, does he? Lemonade's attorneys asked the Supreme Court to reverse lower court rulings against the former president, who has fought to block the records even after President Sleepy Joe waived executive privilege over them. Why is there so much drama in the White House? We just need Randy Savage narrating everything. The Federal Appeals Court in Washington previously ruled the committee had a uniquely vital interest in the documents, and Lemonade had provided no basis for it to override Biden and Congress. Other than temper tantrums, of course, whining like a baby as always. The records include presidential diaries, visitor logs, speech drafts, handwritten notes concerning the events of January 6 from the files of former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and a draft executive order on the topic of election integrity, according to a previous court filing from the National Archives. But nothing will come of it, I'm sure. Lemonade's filing came on the day that an administrative injunction issued by the appeals court was set to otherwise expire. That injunction, preventing the release of records, will remain in place for now. Yep, that makes sense. Not. Lawyers for the House committee asked the Supreme Court later Thursday to expedite its processes and consider the case as soon as mid-January. The Select Committee needs the requested documents now to help shape the direction of the investigation and allow the Select Committee to timely recommend remedial legislation, lawyers for the committee wrote. How about just release the records? Repeating arguments they made before lower courts. Lemonade's attorneys wrote Thursday that the case concerned all future occupants of the White House. Former presidents had a clear right to protect their confidential records from premature dissemination. Yeah, we got to protect the rights of rich folk. After all, they are clearly more important than us, said by Lemonade's lawyers in spirit. Congress cannot engage in meandering fishing expeditions in the hopes of embarrassing President Orange Lemonade or exposing the president's and his staff's sensitive and privileged communications. For the sake of exposure, they added, but they can do it to everyone else though. The House committee has said the records are vital to its investigation into the run-up to the deadly protest aimed at overturning the results of the 2020 presidential election. Before and after the protest, Orange Lemonade promoted false theories about election fraud and suggested that the real insurrection was on Election Day, when he lost to Sleepy Joe in an election certified by officials from both parties as fair. The case was widely expected to reach the Supreme Court, which has decided several previous fights over Lemonade's records. Lemonade appointed 3 of the court's 9 justices to make a fool of himself. Probably the court earlier this year refused to stop his tax records from going to a New York prosecutor's office as part of an investigation. It did prevent Congress last year, while Lemonade was in office, from obtaining banking and financial records for him and members of his family. Yet he is still everyone's blight. Great, well, that's it for maybe I'm rambling. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Peace out and stay safe.